Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, YouTube. How are you doing? Taking a day off from Roadcraft. Drinking coffee out of a hot dog. As we do. Okay, let's see if we can invite people. Crossplay. Confirm. Okay. I'm having real trouble inviting people to this game. Why do you think that is? Maybe it's because maybe I should just do yeah. Let's clean the aquarium. Good morning, good morning. What's up, Hollis? Thank you. What's up, hi, Catherine? Playing some, I'm going to play a little Powerwash simulator this morning if anyone wants to play with me. This felt like something different today. Oh, Crab Bay Aquarium. All right. Co-op is... What the fuck? Trying really hard to turn co-op on. God damn. Good morning. Heyo. What's everybody up to today, huh? It is a great game when it works. Every time I try to play it with you guys and do co-op, it's always some sort of an issue. Ended up watching the break show while still on the job. Caesar. All right, specials. I already have all this. Career. Not free play. Bonus jobs, up to 6 players. New. Clean the aquarium. Cross-posting is available once job is started. Restart job. Cancel. Resume job. Let's do that. Enjoyed the news So All Right. Appreciated the passion. Oh, thank you. Now you'll have to give me 1 second to remember. Well, that worked. Okay. Here's session details. I don't know how to invite you. Is there like a code or something? You guys know? Well, co-op is on, so just see if you can join on me, I guess. Enjoy how real you are. Thanks, Transman. Back to the Future DLC. I haven't checked out any of the DLC yet, just the Muckingham stuff. What was it? It was about the this was the Canon F1 episode. Oh yeah. Yeah. That was such a physical experience picking that camera up. I don't know how else to describe it. It like hit me, you know? Can anybody get in? Am I doing this right? Does anybody want to play with me? Does anybody play with me? Otherwise, I'm going to switch back to the other map I was doing if nobody wants to come in. I'm only doing this so you guys can come and play. If you don't want to play, that's fine. I just want to go back and do the other thing I was doing. Steam Deck the other day. It's really cool. Man, my friend Burn Dog has one. I play around with it every once in a while. They seem neat. I just don't need another console. I just started re-listening to the RT podcast from the start. It's pretty wild back in 2009, hearing you guys talk about Netflix. Yeah, it was a long time ago. It's like a history podcast. Jumping in until I head to the airport for my 2 weeks. There you go. It's normally so full of life. Well, it looks like shit. That could be part of it. Yeah, jump up. Yeah. Time to fix these helicopters after listening to your love letter. That was so all right. Made me appreciate what I do more. Thanks for the episode. No problem. I got to go back and listen to this So All Right. I remember recording it vaguely, but I don't remember really. I have done so much work for the next episode of So All Right that it's just been in my head all week. And so I guess There were fish in there. Holy shit. It must have been dark in there for those little fellas. That's not cool. Anyway, anybody wants to come in, crossplay, or I think crossplay's on. Have I ever been to STL? Are we talking Seattle or St. Louis? I've been in Japan getting medical treatment for my husband, which is why I've been gone. Holy shit. Crazy how much cheaper medicine is outside of the U.S. Yeah, I know, right? It's fucking something that we seem incapable of solving. Han Radon. Radon. Thank you for the raid. Jonathan John, I appreciate it. Good morning, Stormy. Anybody that's just joining, we're gonna do some. I just felt like some. I don't know. I just need. I need a break from Roadcraft every once in a while. I'm starting to get to the end of the Roadcraft on Roadcraft, and we're in the 70% on the last map. We have the DLC, but man, it's been a long journey. I was making thumbnails for YouTube archives last night, and there's like over 60 episodes of Roadcraft, so I think it's okay if we take a little break every now and then. Thank you for the raid. Geoff, the video of onioning the car is genuinely the hardest I have laughed this year. Emily's timing and the editing was beautiful. Yeah, that Emily's very funny, for sure. And Gavin is you don't need me to tell you this, but Gavin is a great editor. He fucking killed that video. It was awesome. I was blown away. How funny that turned out. I really loved the way he used the old podcast in the episode. It was just great all the way around. As you come to expect from working with a guy like Gavin. Nothing but the best. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of... All right, yeah, we should survey this right. So it's probably a big circle, eh? No, go from the doors. So we'll make a little path. Morning, everyone. Morning, Chris Rule. I'm going to make a little path. A little clean, so we don't have to walk on dirty ground path. You can see the whole place. Okay. Can I hit invite friend to show us the code to join you? I can. I'm happy to do it. Last time I tried to do it, it wouldn't. Where's the code? See, I don't know how to show that code. You know what I mean? We've done this in the past. I got it in friends only mode. All right, well. When I set it to crossplay earlier, it crashed the game a couple times. But, okay, here we go. 04623222. It has decided to work. Yeah, I think the sequel is coming out here in a couple weeks. 0462322. Thank you, King Chadley. All right. Build a walkway. Oh, just a... Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, wow. Guys, this is a lot. Have I been to St. Louis? Yeah, I've been to St. Louis. Been to the Arch. What was I a Schoolhouse Rock kid growing up? Yeah, of course. I mean, I was born in '75. You know, Schoolhouse Rock was in its infamy and its height in the late '70s, early '80s. So I was right there. You know, if I was maybe like 2 years older, I might remember it a little bit more. But I remember Schoolhouse Rock pretty well. They call me Yuck Mouth because it don't brush. That was my favorite. A hanker for a hunk of cheese. You remember that one? I like that one too. Little cheese cowboy, the big lasso, and the hat. Yeah, Gavin's pretty horrified by your egg consumption. I agree. Got to throw a couple of 1,000 pounds of metal. You have fun squirting on each other. Hell yeah, we'll have fun squirting. You have fun meddling, fellas. Bad spine guy here. Thank you for all the well wishes. It means a lot to me, man. Hell yeah. Next decade, hell yeah. I hope you're doing okay. My wife has a bad spine. She had to have it was before I met her, but she had to have was it a lumbar fusion? I don't know. She has like 3 of her discs fused together. It was like a huge thing she had to go through. It was one of those defining moments in her life, I think. Hey! Hey, what's up? I see you. I see you. I see you. This might be the first map I've ever been on the other side of a window as somebody. That's cool. The whole fucking world is pink. That's funny. Man, this is gonna be a lot. This is a mission right here. Oh, but it let me use my fun skin. Oh my god! So I guess if you apply the skin in career, then you can use it in free play. That makes sense. That makes sense. Did you guys voice your red versus blue Easter egg in Halo 3? Who else would have voiced it? I'm sorry, hold on, Admiral. The answer is yes. But I have a question for you. If I didn't voice my Easter egg, who would have voiced it? Do you think they would hire a voice actor to do an Easter egg about us? No, it was us. It was us. I don't think we were important enough to hire somebody to pretend to be us. I think they were like, hey, idiots, get this to us. And they're like, eh. It was Mega 64. Yeah, it was Sean was me. My Easter egg in Halo 3 was played by Sean Chatfield. Oh, no. They didn't take it. It was all written out. Yeah, those little scenes we wrote out. I don't remember if they wrote it or we did. To be honest with you, either Bungie wrote it and gave us the dialogue to do, or Bernie wrote it. I genuinely don't remember. I remember it being pretty funny, so it could have been Bernie. He's a funny writer. Pay me 20. I would have if Bungie ever came, even today, if Bungie came to me and said, "Hey, obviously they're not going to put me in Halo, but if they came to me and said, "Hey, we want to put you in Destiny 3 as an Easter egg, pay us $50," I'd be like, "Here's 100. You know, keep the change." What's up, Valiant? So there was a password? Let's not give Bungie any ideas, please. It was my South Park-like series law. I think, I think my days of getting to be Easter eggs in video games are pretty much over. I don't know. I think that's I think that era of my life's probably over. Maybe I must put regulation Easter eggs in. That's great, but I don't really anticipate that happening. If they did, though, I would want them to dedicate a bench in a video game to regulation. That'd be the only real Easter egg I want, is a little plaque on a bench in a video game that just says, this bench dedicated to the regulation podcast. Or this is a regulation bench. Please enjoy responsibly. I like that. Please enjoy responsibly. That's funny. I wish I was as good at making other people laugh as I am at making myself laugh. Yeah, 046232. I think it's the code. It's written out there. Speaking of RVB, got a disc copy of Forward Unto Dawn through the special features, and I found the sleeper PSA. Oh, nice. I'll be honest, I don't remember that, but God, we made. It's wild to think about, because I made Red vs. Blue for. I mean, technically, the entire time I was at Rooster Teeth, so 22 years I was working on Red vs. Blue. In the sense that I was, still Griff and a voice actor, but I stopped having anything to do with the production of Red vs. Blue about, season 8, season 9. Season 9 would have been the last season of Red vs. Blue I contributed anything to the production of outside of being a voice actor. Seasons 1 through 7 I was all over. No, it wasn't season 9. It was season 8. I didn't touch season 9. So seasons 1 through 7 I had a lot to do with, a little bit to do with 8. And every single Easter egg and PSA and corporate video for Microsoft or for GameStop or whoever, I always told the story that pretty much from the beginning, every time we made an episode of RVB, we also probably made a video that we were hired to make, but for Microsoft or some other company. So even season 1 of RVB we made, I think it was season 1 was probably 19 or 20 episodes. We probably did 20, paid for episodes too. That's what helped kind of fund the show in the background. And because of that, I made, 8 seasons of RVB, and then at least that much other shit. Miniseries and everything else. So it all just bleeds together so hard in my head that I just can't separate any of it out or remember. Like, it's all just one big recording session, one big video. At this point, time just has a way of like compressing your memories and then pulling them apart. It's like my Red vs. Blue history of creating and making and participating in that show has been ripped and pulled apart like taffy. So I just it's all just like one amalgamous, weird, stretchy memory. I don't know if that makes any sense. Did RVB go from comedic to cool animation over time? Well, it was pure machinima for the first 5 seasons. Mostly 5 seasons. And then we started to introduce CGI and custom animations when Monty started to work with us. And then it kind of went from there. Rest in peace, Monty. For the break show, what website do you use to check if you got good pulls? The only real answer, there's a lot of answers for you there. There's a lot of different websites you can look at, ComC, 120 point, et cetera, et cetera. But the real answer is not a fun or a good answer. It's that it's a bit of a pain in the ass. And the very best way you can do it, if you want to know a genuinely real comp for your card, is to go to eBay. Turn that off. Go to eBay, search for your card. You'll get the results. You'll see. Let's say you've got a Boof Bonzer rookie, right? Number 4 from the list of regulation cards. Go to the Boof Bonzer, search Boof Bonzer Topps rookie. You're going to get a ton of lists. You're going to see a ton of Boof Bonzer cards. Some are going to be selling for $1. Some are going to be selling for $500. And you're like, holy shit, I have a Boof Bonzer card. It looks exactly like the one that's selling for $500. Do I have a $500 Boof Bonzer card? And if so, why is the other one only selling for $1? It also looks the same. And that's the rub, is that people will go to eBay to find comps, and they take one too few steps, which is they get to that, and then they go, holy shit, I have a $500 card. I had to deal with this all the time at Rooster Teeth. As soon as people found out I got back into cards, they came out of the woodworks. I had some Marvel cards I used to collect in the 90s, and I was looking at them, and some of these are worth eBay says some of these are worth $300-$400, and I'd have to be like, because somebody puts it for sale on eBay for $300 doesn't mean it's worth $300. What you have to do, and this is depressing 99% of the time, on the left, if you're on the website at least, if you're on a phone, it's a different place. But scroll down to the different modifiers you can search by, and there's one sold. Search by sold and completed items. When you search by sold and completed, it will then sort by the most recent purchases of that card, and you can see what they actually sold for. And then you take the most recent 5 or 10 comps, and you can look at that and say, okay, you can see a trend. You can say, wow, this is going for $20 more each time it buys, or it's going for $20 less each time it buys, or this one went for $50 and this one went for $75, so the average seems to be around 60, and you just kind of figure it out like that. That's a very long way to answer that, but Monty the Haloid animator, Mark, yes, was a longtime Rooster Teeth employee and one of all of our best friends, who tragically was taken from us far too early in life. You missed fails of the week? Oh, thanks. Well, they're still there. You can still go to the Achievement Hunter channel on YouTube and watch them all. I don't think any of them have been removed. Yeah, Money was the best. Do I do stocks and shares? I do stocks, STALKS, in Animal Crossing. Is that the same? Was never really sure where to check. It's because it's not easy. It really isn't. Wizard, that took me a while to figure out, and a lot of I'm a pretty serious collector at this point, in that, not like I collect serious cards, but I take it pretty seriously, and it's a big deal to me, and it's my big hobby, and so I put a lot of my idle time into reading and researching, and whether for the break show or for me, and so that's all of my knowledge or experience in card collecting just comes from trial and error over the last 5 years of getting back into it, and from just reading subreddits every single day. I read the baseball card subreddit, I read the basketball card subreddit, I read the sports card subreddit. I'm subscribed to, but I don't read the football and hockey subreddits. So, and then I read a website called Cardboard Connection fairly regularly, and there's another one called Card Lines that I go to just to get information and news and stuff. Hopefully some of those links will be useful to you if you're looking for that kind of thing. But really, there's no better way than to just spend time on Reddit reading the baseball card or trading card or whatever it is subreddits. Because every day there's a person who's just got back into collecting, I have a million questions, and then you get a lot of stuff answered that way. It's really helpful. Do I get cards graded very often? I've only had cards graded once in my life for the break show. I did it as just as an experiment. I mean to. I have this pile that I'd like to get graded. I just haven't gotten around to it. It'll probably be a part of the break show in the future, though. I don't think I enjoy Reddit. It seems very insular. Well, I think that would be any online community. I like Reddit because it's the largest, most expansive, full of anything you could be interested in subreddits. And I found it to be a generally pretty welcoming and lovely place, but I guess your mileage may vary depending on what subreddit you're in. I also don't like to communicate, you know? Like, I spend a lot of time on Reddit passively. I'm not looking to start up conversations in subreddits. I don't do that. I lurk and I read. I just find information. I don't Google questions without adding Reddit to the end, yeah. I like talking if it has not been obvious until now. Yeah, it's pretty obvious, Mark. I got you. Looks like a pretty cool little clam shell. I guess not little. It's a big guy. As a clam, yes I am. And I'm quite inclined to say, I'm all right. What's the name of that song? I'm okay today. Happy as a Clam, or As a Clam by Rhythm Collision, I think is what it's called. With a 7-inch somewhere. Bought it when I was 18, 19, at a show. Be cool if when it's fully cleaned, it opens up to say thank you. But then you have to clean the inside too. So it's a double-edged sword. All right. I really feel like this thing should ping for me here pretty soon. Uh-oh. Ads are starting. Uh-oh. Ads are starting. Why isn't this guy done? What am I missing? Excuse me. Open giant clam. You fucking idiot. It was just a prompt right in front of me the entire time. Jesus Christ. I'm just fucking looking at everything but the text right in front of me. You know what it is? It's like when you can interact with a ladder or something, equipment to pick up and move in the game, it appears right there in that exact same way. And so I just have blindness to it. I figured I probably just assumed I was close to a stepladder or something. Because so far the game has never asked me to interact with an item like that. So I guess I just saw it in the periphery and assumed it was being close to a stepladder or something. Or I'm just a fucking idiot. Also possible. Thank you. This game's gotten a lot more forgiving, I feel like, as it's gone on. Some of the stuff it dings me, I'm amazed. I feel like they're like 80% clean, and it's like, ding! Ah, see, that's what I thought I was dealing with. Pick up place equipment. Is there some show left from RT time that you want to resurrect? No? No. Absolutely not. I say that. Now I have to sit here and think about it in case I'm wrong. No. No, I don't think there's anything I miss doing at RT. I'm trying to think. Yeah, anything that I wanted, like truly wanted from the company, I bought or acquired at the end. Or I should say we acquired, it wasn't just me. Fuckface is all I really cared about. Fuckface and the Geoff line, merch, and I guess Soul Alright, but even then I could have just restarted Soul Alright under a different name. That didn't really matter. Not like the back catalog was that extensive. But they were very gracious to give it to me anyway. You mentioned before that you led Rooster Teeth's early e-commerce. Do you have any other weird or unexpected skills you picked up? Anything that you impressed yourself with or maybe passed on? I mean, every skill I had at Rooster Teeth, every job, every task I've done in that company or since was self-taught and a skill I picked up at the company. Editing, production, producing, executive producing, directing, writing, comedy, running a business, accounting, merchandising, e-commerce, HR, public affairs. Well, maybe not public affairs, marketing. I did have public affairs skills, but everything, like every aspect of running a bit. When you own your own business, you become a jack of all trades for that business, you know. So you learn and put on and pick up new hats pretty much every day. I definitely didn't know anything about running a business before Rooster Teeth, and I guess it's arguable whether I do now, but at least I was able to turn Rooster Teeth we were able to turn Rooster Teeth into a new business, and it seems to be going okay. So I guess we learned something. I think more than anything, honestly, I think more than anything, what you learn is that you're capable of a lot if you hold yourself accountable, truly hold yourself accountable and put the work and the effort required in. You just learn that you're capable of a hell of a lot more than you probably give yourself credit for. I love you. You learn that you're probably capable of a hell of a lot more than you give yourself credit for. You just haven't been in a situation that required you to truly challenge yourself. And I think people that have gone through served in the military have an understanding of that probably, or have had to experience that. And anybody that's started a business and realized, holy shit, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and had to figure it out in a hurry. I don't know if that makes sense. Have you guys thought of doing collabs in... I hate that game word. Have you guys thought of collaborating with people like Mark Blair? I don't know that dude. I met him I'll be honest with you. I've met Mark 3 times for the first time each time. I had left no impression on that guy. He likes Gavin. He couldn't get through me fast enough to go talk to Gavin, which I get. He's a lovely dude. So I guess Gavin knows him some, but no, not really. We did a video with Ray, 2 videos with Ray actually, about 2 months ago now, that are out. If you want to look at that, that's can scratch a little achievement hunter itch, and then also that's you see us playing with other people. I'm not opposed to it. It would just have to make sense. I don't want to do it just to do it, you know. It'd be people that we have friendships with, or real chemistry with, or unfinished business with. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't just. Everything has to have a purpose, and that purpose doesn't just need to be. Try to siphon off some of Markiplier's audience to us. Like it has to be a little more intentional than that, you know. Am I done with stand-up or just taking a break? I'm done with stand-up. I only did it. I only did it to. Well, at first I only did it to get a documentary made about somebody else, and then I kept with it for a little bit just to prove that I could do it and to kind of challenge myself in a few ways. And then I like to throw myself into a sink or swim situation, and then especially if it's in public and there are people watching me. It's one of the things I don't like about myself. Like I can sit here right now and tell you I don't want to ever do that to myself again. But when I am in the situation and it pops up, I will throw myself under the bus instantly, and I don't know why. It's just to see if I can fight my way out of it, I guess. And so I did a few things around stand-up just to see what I could get away with and what I was capable of fighting my way out of. But after I did those few little challenges, there wasn't much left. It makes it sound like I'm a seasoned stand-up veteran or something. I'm not. I did stand-up for like a year, and not many times. But I just learned that it wasn't for me. I think that it could be, but it would require a focus, a singular focus that I don't have a desire to try to muster for that. You know, that's not a passion of mine or anything. It was a fun little challenge, and it was neat, and it helped me. Not that I needed an appreciation of stand-up comedians or anything. Not that I didn't already appreciate them, but to try it on and go like, oh wow, that's what it's like for them every night. You know, oh that's what it's like. That's what it feels like when it goes wrong, or oh that's what it feels like when it goes right. Just it helps deepen your understanding of something that you are a fan of, I guess. And that was nice. Stand-up comedy is maybe the hardest thing to do in entertainment, I would say, in my limited experience. But I don't know. I've never played the flute or done a ballet, so. Hey, your daughter lost her first tooth yesterday. I hope the tooth fairy came. You think I'd be better at stand-up if I had somebody to bounce off of? I think I was great at stand-up. I think I was just fine at it. I just didn't. I just don't like to work alone. I don't think I'd be better at stand-up with somebody to work with. I don't think those kinds of stand-up. I think those kinds of stand-up require like bumping mics kind of stand-up require people that very experienced, like Geoff Ross, David Tell style experienced. I think I'd be just fine at stand-up. I just don't like it enough to put the effort into getting good at it. You know, it's a lot of... It's hard. And it's grueling, I think, to do it the right way. And I watched my friend Nick Scarpino do it the right way, and I have the utmost respect and admiration for him, but watching him go through that process is not something I would want to do. I would not get the same level of enjoyment or satisfaction out of it that he does, because for him, that is a true, honest-to-God passion. For somebody like me, I just thought it was a cool challenge to try, you know, just to see if I'd fall on my face or not. And then you don't fall on your face, and you go, oh, okay, cool. Or you do fall on your face a little bit, and you go, ouch, you know. That's what that feels like. Isn't a two-man show just a live podcast? Isn't a one-man show just a live podcast? I have a one-man podcast called So All Right. For somebody who asked earlier if So All Right was a part of Rooster Teeth, it was. Yeah, I did it at RT. I think it's honestly because I don't can't be bothered. It doesn't really matter to me. I think the Roost logo is probably still on the branding for it, just because I've never gone back and changed it. I don't know how to change it, but Nick could help me, but it just hasn't been a priority. God, this game is fucking satisfying, isn't it? How are y'all doing? I'm gonna go explore the world and see what everybody's up to. Platform. Hello. Wow, this room's totally clean. Wow, you guys. Wow. 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 Two ticket office. That was satisfying. Yeah, it's a dirty hallway. Dirty, dirty place. I'll tell you what, let's use a little multi-purpose cleaner on everything, huh? See if we can't soften this up a bit. Okay. If you guys do more guests, I'd like to see Michael playing Ultimate Chicken Horse with Gavin. See if Gavin is actually good at the game. I mean, Michael and Gavin played hundreds of Let's Plays of Ultimate Chicken Horse. Surely you should have an answer to whether you think Gavin's good at the game now or not. There's probably 15 hours of them playing together online already. But sure. You know, Michael has his own, Mikey Fredo have their own YouTube channel too, so might want to bring it up over there as well. Yeah? Sorry, I bumped into you. I feel like these extra modes, I'm sure they are, I'm sure it's intentional, but these extra modes are so much more in depth and more difficult than the story mode levels. Like, I just did the Ferris wheel, and I thought that was going to be pretty rough, and it wasn't. It was actually really not bad. I was surprised. Like, it's big, but it was simple parts. It wasn't, not a lot of stuff hidden in nooks and crannies to clean. Super Bunnyman, yeah, they were great. Those Super Bunnyman videos are great. Would you take it the lame game called? Would you take a look at the game called Just Die Already and see how Gavin and Michael play it? I think it would be funny to watch them play. Like, I don't. Would I take a look at the game called Just Die Already? No, I'm not going to do that. But if you want Gavin and Michael to play Just Die Already, I highly encourage you to ask Gavin and Michael. But I'm not going to be a video broker for them, you know? Use your boss power. Yeah, Michael doesn't work for me anymore. I no longer have boss powers over Michael. Michael's his own boss. I'm not his agent. I did make a company called Rooster Teeth. It failed and went out of business. Well, it didn't fail. That's a mean thing to say. It lasted for 22 years, and then it went out of business. I can't imagine wanting to do that again. This feels like when people ask Eric to ask you things. Exactly, yeah. Like, Michael's a dear friend who is all over the internet. You can talk to him in any form of social media you want to. But I'll be honest with you right now. There's not a name you guys can throw at me and say, you guys should do a video with so-and-so. Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Dream, Ludo, whoever, right? There's not IShowSpeed. There's not a person you can say, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, that I'm going to go, yeah, we really should. I'm just going to go, we're pretty happy making videos with each other, because at the end of the day, that's really what it boils down to. Like, I was in a company with 400 people for a while there, and I made videos with almost all of them, and almost all of them wanted to make videos with us, and I got to do every kind of configuration of talent and staff and comedy. I got to think of all of the talent at Rooster Teeth as Lego blocks to put together. I got to put those pieces together in so many different ways and experiment and see what happened. And for literal decades, I got to do it, and I got to be a part of it. And I've seen how all of those pieces fit together. I've seen every configuration. I've seen every toy, boat, or car you can build from those Legos, right? And at the end of the day, it distilled down to the Legos I want to work with. I want to work with Andrew, Gavin, Eric, and Nick. I want to make videos and podcasts with Andrew, Gavin, Eric, and Nick. And I actively do not want to make content with anybody else. We have a very meticulously well-crafted dynamic and chemistry and balance that anytime you throw somebody into that ecosystem, it changes the balance, right? And it's fun and it's exciting. It could be a great challenge to do, and it's like we worked with Ray recently, and that was a lot of fun. But we do it very sparingly, and when it makes sense for us, and when we genuinely want to do it. Because the one thing we agreed upon, when we agreed upon a lot of stuff, but one of the things we agreed upon when we started Regulation is that we were going to make stuff we wanted to make, and that the majority of us wanted to make, and only that. And these are the guys I want to do stuff with, you know? I love the dynamic. I love the chemistry. I think it's perfect. And I loved working with Michael and Jack and Ray and Matt and Fiona and Lindsay and Jeremy and every BK and Kai and Joe and Alfredo and Trevor and like everybody associated. I'm just mentioning talent, but Larry and Sarah and everybody associated with Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth, I absolutely loved and treasured working with. But I can't work with everybody I've worked with for the rest of my life, you know? Like, I'm not doing collaborations with people I was in the Army with. I'm not doing collaborations with people I worked at the video store with, you know? And it has nothing to do with them or, like, how much I like or didn't like working with them or how much I enjoyed working with them. I fucking loved working with every one of those people, and I fucking love those people. I heard from Sarah Weems last night, and when she texted me and I saw that she texted, it made my heart feel warm for a second. I was like, oh my God, Sarah, I haven't talked to her in forever. And it was just because she and I were gossiping about Dan and Phil coming out as boyfriends, because it was such a big deal to Millie and when we were growing up, and that we both took her to not together, but we all ended up at a Dan and Phil concert together and had a really lovely time. And it was so heartwarming that Sarah saw that Dan and Phil news, and her first thought was Millie, and my first thought was Millie, and we both talked to Millie, and then Millie was like, yeah, it was like a whole thing. Like, I genuinely love these people. I love having them in my life. I love Michael and Lindsay. I love Ray. I love all of them. I do. But I already made 1,000 videos with all of them. Thousands and thousands of videos with all of them. And at the end of the day, what we're doing now is all I want to do. And it's enough for me. And I hope it's enough for you guys. I really do. I want it to be. But we're not going to be a channel that cranks out collaborations with other people because it could be cool, or you know what I mean? It's just like, and we're hopefully not going to be a company that retreads on the past too much either. I realized that we did those old videos with Ray and Rainbow Six, and that definitely was that. And Gavin and I did our walk through memory lane in Minecraft, but those are 3 videos out of hundreds that we've made at this point for regulation, you know? Got to be exhausting to have to do this speech twice a month. It's not. It's really not. I don't mind it. I really don't. The people ask these questions because they have a genuine curiosity about a company and some talent and creators that they were, invested in at a part of their life, and that means a lot to me, and it's important to me. And I also recognize that, you can be into something but not know all the ins and outs and the particulars of a thing too. And so I have, ask away. I have no problem answering these questions. I hope it doesn't seem like I'm annoyed by it, because I'm not. I don't mind answering the questions. I'll do it every episode if I have to, because I don't assume that every one of you that tunes in on a Tuesday morning was here on Monday when I may have answered that question, or last week, So I feel like there's 8 billion people in the world, and most of them are not on this stream right now. So I don't mind. Plus, I got to talk about something, that really, really doesn't bother me at all. More than anything, the fact that somebody, this is what it really boils down to. The fact that somebody cared enough to ask is humbling and means a lot to me. And so I would hopefully never be a dick to a person who has genuine curiosity about, these things. Because that curiosity comes from a place of support. And, without that support, I'd still be managing a tech support center in South Austin, probably, which would be a slow death for me. So, ask away. I'll answer away, and I won't get annoyed. I ain't gonna Barkley nobody. I hope not, man. I really hope not. That would be heartbreaking to find out. I wish you best and depend on your success, because it would be much sadder without your shows. Oh. Really thankful to have been here for the proper birth of regulation. I never got to see AH be born and grow like this. It's really fun. And I'll be honest with you, Tiny Bear, I'm glad you're here too. I'm happy that everybody that's here has been here and able to support us, but along for the ride. It's the most exciting time in an entity, the first 12 to 18 months, and I'm overjoyed that you guys are all here supporting us and along for the ride with us. It'd be lonely without you, for sure. Man, this ceiling's no joke. What a grimy-ass ceiling. And of course, I say all that, and now I'm going to contradict myself a little bit and say that just because, I mean, it doesn't mean that collaborations won't happen. Case in point, Ray, or the one time we had Becca on. But it just means that they won't happen often, you know? But I'm not going to tell you that Michael will never appear in a regulation gameplay, because I can't. That it absolutely could happen in a future where a game came out or some opportunity presented itself that made sense to all of us and that we thought worked, you know, then that could happen. But we're not going to do collaborations with people just because we could, or because we used to work together, or because we're friends, you know. What we're doing, we take what we're doing more seriously than that. I know I say this as I'm power washing a aquarium in a video game right now that is not that dissimilar from what I do with the guys, but it's dumb. It's a dumb career. It's a dumb job, and we're dumb people, but we take our dumb very seriously. Oop. Might be ladder situation with this bad boy. Tried to do it the hard way. Okay. Hey, Geoff. Hi, chat. Big fan. Just want to say I hope you have been well and taking time for yourself. Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. Definitely not taking time for myself. Working full steam ahead on the new company. But thank you. BBNO has been everywhere, and I kind of want to see what adventures y'all could have. I'm not sure what that one is. Honestly, TPG. You know, that's a good, hoping for a TPG guest spot. Honestly, TPG makes more sense than anybody from Achievement Hunter. You know, he already has like roots in regulation and fuckface, and he's already like a member of the fuckface universe. So I think he would. I think you would probably see a TPG collaboration before you saw a lot of other people. There was even, well, yeah. Baby, no money. What about a collaboration with an exotic bird specialist? We actually looked into that briefly. Believe it or not, we've talked about this in the podcast. There are rules and laws about performing with birds and how you can use birds for advertisements and stuff. And I think that there's some legal issues with us, like doing falcon videos. So remember, it was a thing. Not to say that it could never happen, but something came up in that process that stopped us potentially filming with birds. I don't remember exactly what it was, but there was some sort of a government regulations regarding it, how they can be used or something. I don't know. It was something very surprising to me, but clearly not a big enough deal for me to remember in any kind of salient way. Curious. Bird law is very serious. If I've learned anything from Always Sunny. Curious. Now that RT was reacquired by Bernie, have you been in talks with him for something in the future? I'm in talks with Bernie all the time. We're friends. I was talking to him about Alien Earth a lot last week. We both like it a lot. We were gushing over that show. But no. Bernie and I talked about it. I mean, a long time ago at this point. You know, you don't reacquire the rights to a company quickly. Bernie's been working on that in the background for a while. And we've talked about it a lot early on, and I was pretty clear to him in the most respectful and loving way that I am not interested in going backwards in my life. Rooster Teeth was the 22 best years of a career a guy could hope to have. But my time at Rooster Teeth ended when Rooster Teeth ended, and I was laid off. Then I started a new company and invested all of my money and time and energy and my life into that new company, and I'm not going to walk away from that to go back to my old company. It's not who I am in 2025. Rooster Teeth is who I was in 2003, and I grew with the company, but Rooster Teeth's not who I am in 2025. And I had that adventure already, you know? Like, I did 22 years of Rooster Teeth. Not many people do 22 years in one company, even if it's their own, you know? Not a lot of people could say I had a 22-year run at a place. I'm exceedingly proud of every second. But, maybe not every second, but I, moved on with my life. It would be weird to go backwards. This is not how my brain works. When's the next regulation road trip? Probably not for a while, but there will be a next regulation road trip. We had too much fun. I guess you could consider onioning the car a road trip if you want to watch that. If you haven't seen it, definitely had road trip vibes. What's the vision of regulation looking like this and next year? Looking good. Looking real good. We got 2 YouTube channels. We stream on Twitch once a week. More of the same, I guess. You know, the most fart hard. I just saw that. That's really fart hard. The ocean. That's really funny. Bigger and better things. We've been growing. We got the office. We, just instituting a lot of new ideas. The Bit Barrel is in full swing. We got season 2 of Fuck Face Off coming up here in the next couple months. It's proving difficult to film, to find the time to film. But, yeah. We're past the, growing, building, ramping up phase to a thing. And I think now we're just in the keep the lights on, keep it running, keep it fun phase, you know? We're not new anymore. We're not hoping to keep the lights on, you know? We're established at this point, and now it's just business as usual. Now it's just keep you guys interested and entertained and keep ourselves amused in the process, which is a good place to be. A lot of the first 18 months was just getting stuff turned on, you know, building processes, and getting arms of the business launched, merchandise, getting it fully operational, ad sales, et cetera, et cetera. Now we're pretty much there. Does a triple cheeseburger count as a cheeseburger or 3? It counts as a cheeseburger. It's in what you said. You said, does a blank cheeseburger count as 1 or 3? A blank cheeseburger counts as a cheeseburger. I don't care if it's 50 patties. You're eating 1 cheeseburger. You're choosing to eat a cheeseburger that's overloaded with meat. That's on you. That's your fault. That's your problem. Does a triple kill count as 1 kill? Not in a video game, but hamburgers aren't video games. Hamburgers are real life. Does a triple cheeseburger have triple the buns? Does it have triple the ketchup? Does it have triple the pickles? Does it have triple the onions? Does it have triple? Or does it have a bunch of one of the ingredients sandwiched in on top of the actual burger? If you showed me a triple cheeseburger that was bottom bun, lettuce, meat, onion, cheese, top bun, and then on top of that was a bottom bun within a nut, then we would be talking about multiple hamburgers. But you're just adding ingredients to one burger and making it bigger. Making it bigger doesn't make it multiple. It just makes one thing bigger. Shaquille O'Neal isn't multiple people. He's just one big dude. Yeah, the patty isn't the burger. The patty is just one of the main and important ingredients in the burger. You know? Can't climb up this fucking ladder. What about a Big Mac? A Big Mac is a burger. What about it? Big Mac's a hamburger. Does the Big Mac consider itself 2 burgers? It doesn't market itself as 2 burgers. It markets itself as a club sandwich has a piece of bread in the middle, but it doesn't consider itself multiple sandwiches. It's not club sandwiches. It's a club sandwich. You're not ordering a Big Mac's. You're ordering a Big Mac. And this is, by the way, the dumbest fucking conversation to have. Still, I mean, Mark the Frog's got it. Mark the Frog has it down. I could have a fact page, but nobody would read it, so it wouldn't matter. We'll just do it. We'll just do it live. What about a double cheeseburger? What about an octo cheeseburger? What about 100 cheeseburger? You're asking what about a double cheeseburger? You're not asking about a double cheeseburgers. A cheeseburger, once again, a patty on a cheeseburger is just one of the ingredients of a cheeseburger. If you put 7 slices of tomato on a cheeseburger, does that make it multiple hamburgers? I don't know, Jeff. A Big Mac is worth at least 1.5. Then I tell you what, Ocho, I encourage you, specifically you in this instance, if you do a burger count, I encourage you to count a Big Mac as 1.5 burgers if you feel comfortable doing that. I'm going to count a Big Mac as 1 hamburger because that's what it is. But it's not a competition and it's not a contest, and I personally don't give a shit how many hamburgers you or any other person eats. So if you want to call a Big Mac 50 hamburgers, that's fine. You do it. As of that means it makes no difference to me. I'm not the official arbiter of burger counting or anything. I'm just telling you what we're doing and what makes sense for us. If it doesn't make sense for you guys, then you don't have to do it. I tried to power wash something in my backyard the other day with a hose with an attachment, and it did not work, and it just made me wish I had a power washer. I got power wash FOMO. You're breaking Geoff. It does. It is. The hamburger thing does wear me down after a while because you guys are. It's so pedantic and it so doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Count it however the fuck you want to count it. I can't stop you from counting it however you want to count it, and I'm not trying to, and I don't want to. because I don't want to be involved in it. I'm going to count hamburgers the way I count them and the way regulation counts them, because that's what the regulation hamburger count is for us. But, man, we aren't trying to impose our hamburger beliefs on anybody else. If you guys want to count 7 onions and a pickle on 4 buns as 6 burgers, you go right ahead. I mean, it makes no difference to me. As a matter of fact, from this point on, I'll just say sure to that. Whatever you ask, I'll just go, yeah, sure, whatever. Freedom of burger. It's just like people get so caught up in it, like it matters, like it's a competition when it's not. You know, we're not racing to see who can eat the most hamburgers. We're just seeing where we lie in the national average amongst, you know, from what we've read online about what the national average is, which I think is fascinating. You know, I don't want to see if I can achieve the national average or beat the national average. I just want to see if where I am on the national average as an average dude. Regulation data. There's a spirit to this. Yeah. If I go to a store and they sell a cheeseburger and I buy it, or a hamburger and it says hamburger or cheeseburger, singular, that's what I'm counting. I suspect there's a higher than average ratio of neurodivergent folks in the community, myself included. Well, maybe. Who is TPG? TPG is a guy that used to work at RT. He was in the sales team, and we just like him a lot. He's just a friend, and he's just a weirdo. I didn't say not even a weirdo. He's just a really interesting, unique guy who just like drips naked authenticity would be, I guess, the best way to describe it. Like, there's just something really sincere and earnest and honest about TPG, and I don't know. He's like a one of one. He's really unique in that way. Where there's something really just instantly likable about him, and we all just love him. He's a really fun dude. Does the group already know the average? Yeah, we've talked about it in episodes. You can listen to all this in the podcast. The average number of hamburgers an American eats in a year is 150, which seems like a lot of hamburgers. So we decided to spend a year from September 1st to September 1st counting how many hamburgers we ate to see where we fall in the national average. Not as a competition. Not as a race, just as I wonder if I eat the average amount of hamburgers in a year that the average American does. Like, where do I fall on the list? That's all. He was on a few RT podcasts, TPG. He's got a TikTok channel called The Green Life, and a YouTube channel too, I think. You can find him at as well. He does a lot of gardening. He's a real big gardener. Every time you record with Andrew, do you ask if he's wearing clothes? No. Don't even really think about it most of the time. I asked after we found out he was naked a few times. I asked just for content, but no, I genuinely forgot. Don't think about it most of the time. I think it's called the Green Life. I think that's what he calls it. I could be wrong, but I think that's what he calls it. Audie, am I? Is that it? Is anybody any TPG heads out there? What's up, Grace? You can tan rabbit hides with egg yolk and olive oil. Well, that's interesting, Valiant. That also seems like a Mark the Frog kind of fact. You scooped him on that one. Anybody gotten close to guessing the Metal Band t-shirt? Yeah, we should bring that up actually on Thursday. It's been guessed. Yeah, somebody found the answer. I guess I need to put that together so that we can talk about it on Thursday, so that we don't keep you guys hanging. Do you guys remember? It would have probably been before your time. But these guys right here, these little tuber things, they remind me of Snorks a lot, which is a cartoon I used to watch when I was a kid. About little underwater creatures that looked a lot like this. I'm pretty excited for the shirt, too. Underwater Smurfs. Exactly, Stormy. That's exactly right. 12 boiled eggs a week. Cool hand Mark over here. Oh, man, I gotta do this all right after this. Maybe I eat a little bit first so I don't get hungry. Eggs at my local Walmart are less than $3 for a dozen. I remember Snorks being on before Pole Position and Turbo Teen. I do not remember Turbo Teen. I'll have to look that up. The average American eats about 280 eggs a year. Maybe that'll be 2027 for us, or 2026. The transforming car guy? Is that Turbo Teen? Yeah, that leaves no memory to me whatsoever. Looks like I was 9 years old when that came out, so it would have been right in my wheelhouse. But yeah, if I saw it as a kid, it didn't leave any lasting impression on me because I don't recognize that at all. I feel like the picture of the guy laying down on the ground in an orange suit with two wheels as hands looks vaguely familiar, but that could very easily be like me remembering like a Plastic Man scene from us Super Friends or something, you know? I don't think I remember it from that. I think it just looks like something familiar to me. Yeah, I was a big Mask fan. I was a big Transformers fan, big GoBots fan, but I don't think I knew about Turbo Teen. Fighting crime to save the day. I loved Mask. They were so exciting to play with because they were littler. I don't know. The gimmick made it cool for me. Morning, Geoff. Hope you're having a good week, man. Wild, all the regulation merch sold out. I missed out on this round. I know. I apologize for that. I should have ordered more. We just weren't sure. But I think from here on out, we're just going to throw caution to the wind and order more than I'm comfortable or that we're comfortable ordering, and trust that it'll work out. And I think it will. So there'll be more. I don't want anybody to miss out on pigeon merch that they wanted. You know, it wasn't meant to be limited or like a one-time thing. So we've already ordered more pigeon shirts, and they'll be in the store, you know, whenever we get them in. I don't have a date for you. Surely before the end of the year, we'll have more. I think we bought 2,000 more, so there should be plenty. Yeah, mask toys are really cool. Any word on when the Ian Asterisk coin will drop? I don't. But before January. Like, we have a bunch of stuff out right now. We have the Ian coin in production. We have the popcorn bucket in production. We have a Gerpler in production. We have more patch shirts in production, which is actually a big deal because those are custom cut and sewed. It's not just like custom colors or Quality Authentic or whatever the brands are that we use. It's not just a blank we can use and then get screen printed, you know. They have to be, like, the garments themselves are custom made to be strong enough to hold the thing. So that takes forever. So those are not going to be out for a while. We also have the Burn Dog metal shirt on order. We've got more pigeon stuff on order. Probably a few things I'm missing, but it's just hard to keep all that straight. And it's all going to be coming in kind of around the same time. I imagine all that stuff will be 2 separate drops before the end of the year, I would think, but maybe 3. But I wish I could tell you when, but I think we'll probably miss some of the big days like Black Friday. You know, it might come in at like sort of the end of the Christmas season, depending on when we're able to get some of the stuff in. But it will be in this year. I don't think we have anything on order that doesn't come in 2025. So it just may be like the ass crack tail end of the year. Things are just fucking hard to get made now. I don't know if you guys are aware of, I'm sure you are, but like just with the supply chain issues, things have never gotten back to normal post-COVID in terms of e-commerce. But in addition to that, with tariffs and combative relationships between countries, it's just getting harder and harder to get stuff done cheaply, and not even cheaply, just like affordably and in any kind of timely manner. Like, timely manner is thrown out the window. And of course, you know, the uncertainty of not knowing if you're going to have to pay a significant tariff when this stuff arrives makes it a little difficult. Yeah, it's just like, it just makes everything just complicated, harder than it needs to be, harder to get solid dates than it used to be, you know. That's why I'm a little reticent to give you guys dates, because I just don't know that we can meet them. Here for the long haul, I appreciate that. It is, it's all stuff, like, we'll get it to you. We'll get it in your hands, I promise. It just, may not be the fastest process as the reality of the world we're living in these days. Of all the problems to have, always selling out of merch is probably one of the better ones. Yeah, for a while. It really does suck to not be able to provide people with something that they genuinely want, And I'm not trying to create FOMO with our audience, I'm trying to make stuff available to everybody who wants it. I don't want people to feel like they missed out, or they were left out on a thing. That irks me. And that's not what we're trying to do. But we're getting there. We are getting there. I think we got our quantities pretty much figured out. I think we're good. I do. Feel good, think we're good. I think I got it. I think once it materializes and you get it in the store, the time it takes to get that stuff is pretty quick. The pigeon stuff dropped a few days ago, and I've already got shipping notices for it. Any other place? Yeah, no. El Famoso, the company that we work with, they're phenomenal. Like, truly phenomenal. And a lot of times, well, this last drop was a Friday at 4:10 p.m., so that's a little different. But when we do like even a Friday noon drop, they're shipping product by the end of the day. Like if we do a launch at like 11 a.m. on a Friday, chances are the first batch of orders will go out end of day Friday. Like that El Famoso team is on fucking top of it. They are very, very good. Seems like we're good in here, maybe? Oh. No, that's good. Man, you guys are fucking awesome. Let me make quick work of this. I'm not seeing anything. I have my color switched to pink, so if you see any pink, that's where I haven't sprayed. Okay, let's see. Got a entrance rock wall frame. Entrance walk wall frame. Is that it? Nailed it. Let's see. Maintenance tunnel lights. Would be over here, I think. Ah. Maintenance tunnel light, maintenance tunnel light, maintenance tunnel light. Seems good. There we go. That was it. Let's see. Ocean sign letters. That was down here. There we go. Ocean tank round corals. Okay. Let's see. It still makes laugh to think about the first merch drop you did with them and how caught off guard they must have been to see the growplers sold out in a minute. Yeah. Yeah. That was a cool feeling. Blowing somebody's expectations away is a cool feeling. or trying to set those expectations, which always sounds a bit like bullshit, and then meeting them is a cool feeling. $7-Eleven large coffee cups, perfect volume of. I'll have to check that out. What about the wildlife to adopt a whale penguin, but do it with pigeons? Oh, thanks, Lydia. Right back at you. Hope everybody's having a good week. Hope everybody's going to have a good week. Can you see my head? Here, come put your head in. I want to see. I want to see what you look like. Somebody come stick their head in this thing. If you don't mind. Let me ordering people around. That's great. Thank you so much. That was awesome. That was very, very funny. Oh, that was cool. You guys are the best. Wow, these letters are getting fucking hammered. Hey, we did it. Should we do another one? What time is it? 9:26? Yeah. You guys down to clean a submarine? What do you need money for in this game? Good question. Did it bring you guys in? Okay. Good question. Hold on a second. Let me show. Also, if anybody else wants to come in, I think 0462322. I think we've got, yeah, we got 3 spots. You use money in the store. You use money in, it won't let me go to the store, but you use money in the store to upgrade your sprayer and to buy cleaners and different attachments for your sprayers, and then also skins and clothes and stuff. Like I've got a skin on my sprayer here, you can see. Oh, none of this is fun. I don't think that there's an achievement tied to the submarine specifically, but even if there is, fuck it. Whoa, there was like a octopus outline on it. Have I eaten any mashed potatoes recently? No, I don't think so. Not that I can remember. I had some pretty mediocre potato soup last night from H-E-B. Glad fall damage isn't real in this game. No kidding. It'd be funny if you could die in Powerwash Simulator. I would have died about 400 fucking times trying to clean a Ferris wheel the other day. Are we doing the different colored mashed potato thing? It is in the bit barrel, so when we pull it, we're doing it. But yeah, we will definitely do it with Burn Dog. Burn Dog's really excited about it. He's done some testing in it already. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Does Austin have a lot of lizards hanging out everywhere? Yeah. Yeah, we do. I don't know if we have like a, like they have in resorts in Cancun where there's like giant lizards stealing your food everywhere, but there's lizards all over the place in Austin. Yeah, we're a lizard town. Thanks for asking. I'm doing a fucking brutal job of cleaning this. Just no symmetry. No. It's one of the nice parts about this game is you get into the Zen mode where you're just like efficient and smooth with it and your strokes, and you do it evenly and smoothly, and you clean it well. And then you get into a stream where you're talking to people and not paying attention, and you're just like, that's good, right? Did I get it? How am I taking the Tigers loss? It's a bummer, but I will say that the solace that I am taking into this is the solace of a loser, the true solace of a loser. I watched the Blue Jays beat the ever-loving dog shit out of the Yankees, and I thought the Blue Jays were very fucking good. And now I'm watching the Mariners beat the ever-loving dog shit out of the Blue Jays after being taken to the 15th fucking inning in the final game of the series by the Tigers, which could have, I think everybody will agree that game could have gone either way many different times. It went the Mariners' way, and they are the winners, but seeing how easily they beat the next round just makes me feel like we were a tougher out. And if the Mariners end up winning the World Series and they blow through the Dodgers or the Brewers, seems like it might be the Dodgers or the Brewers, like they're blowing through the Blue Jays, then I'll be happy and comforted in the solace of knowing that the Tigers were the toughest team they played, and that was the real World Series. That's how a loser can justify looking at a loss like that. I'd recommend checking out the Pearl. Oh, you guys talking about San Antonio? San Antonio's great. I like the Pearl. It's a great place. Are you in Noir Star Zero? Are you in San Antonio? What's up, Big Fish Pimp? San Antonio is low-key a fucking awesome city. I feel like it had its heyday like in the 80s, but it is still a really cool city, and it kind of lives in the shadow. It gets overshadowed by Houston and then the coolness of Austin. But San Antonio is a fucking real city, and it's a cool city. And if I wasn't dead set on leaving Texas and I didn't love Austin so fucking much, I could live in San Antonio. That'd be the only other place in Texas I think I'd live. San Antonio or Marfa, maybe. Oh, thank you so much, Friesenborg. I really, really, really appreciate that. 4 fucking months. That's awesome. I have my work cut out for me. I have to entertain you for the next 4 months, and I'll do my damnedest to make sure I do. Well, that was what I was about to say, Noir Star, is that if you're going to stay in San Antonio, I recommend staying at the Hotel Havana because it is a bunkhouse hotel that's fucking awesome. And now I hear that it's closing. Why is it closing? Is it closing for like a renovation, or is it closing? Are they ending it? That would break my heart. It's the only place I stay when I go to San Antonio, and it's one of my favorite hotels in the world. Yeah, San Antonio's cool. Are we planning on doing anything around Deputy again? Not anytime soon. I don't know what the punishment for season 2 or the reward of season 2 of Fuck Face Off will be. Whether it'll be the same thing, in which case we would have to go back, or whether we'll do something different. All to be determined. But I don't know that we'll return to Deputy anytime soon. But I imagine we will return to Deputy at some point in our lives. But my arms are fucking tired. My arms and my neck are fucking tired from working above me this whole time. Oh, our loadout's locked. Can't even use cleaner? Guess not. Ah, well, that's weird. Weird that it would work that way. But it won't let me put... Okay. Alright, well, I'll fuck off. It's weird that the last level let me, but this one won't. Oh, well. I'm alright on never going to Galveston again. We just went and... I don't know. We just went last year for a friend's thing, and Emily and I did spend a weekend there, and I'm good on... I think I'm good on Galveston. Interesting history, though. Real, if you ever... if you ever want to listen to or learn read a cautionary tale about hubris and... thinking you are smarter than you are, read a little bit about the history of Galveston and the hurricane of 1900. And there's actually a good fiction. There's actually a good book, Eric Larson book called The Perfect Storm, I believe. They talk about it, but man, just a great example of American hubris and the idea of exceptionalism, and also ambition and political ambition and stupidity, and fascinating time. America invested a lot of money creating a Victorian city on the ocean that was supposed to be the envy of the world, and was essentially decimated by a hurricane that idiots thought impossible to land because of misunderstood pseudoscience. And honestly, ego, more than anything, I guess. Ego and hubris. Where do I most want to travel to? I don't know. I'm not in a hurry to go anywhere. I like going to Michigan, you know. But I don't have a lot of like bucket list stuff. I think it would be fun to go to Japan again to take Emily. Like I would like Emily to. I would like to experience. Let me say this. I'd like to experience Emily experiencing Japan. I think that would be really cool. I've never been to Portugal. I've always wanted to go to Portugal. I would love to go to Gibraltar. But outside of that, I don't know. I can't think of a ton of places. Nice. Yeah, we learned our lesson, and we'll never make that mistake again. We'll certainly never make the mistake of defunding our weather services again so that we're unprepared for when a giant storm hits. What? That certainly hasn't already happened this year. We really are the worst. Humans, that is. Ugh. Come on, you little window. Give me that ding. Thank you. Oh, it's complicated. Oh. Go for another 20 minutes or so, and then I'll have to go make So All Right. Which I'm actually pretty excited about doing today. I'm jazzed about the subject matter. Hard to believe we're already 79% on this thing. It's amazing what teamwork does for you. That's nice. Satisfying. God, we've done a really piss poor job. I have done a really piss poor job down here on the bottom of this thing. Did you guys watch The Chair Company yet? I watched it last night, first episode. Loved to know what you guys thought. It's on HBO Max, I think. New Tim Robinson series. Narrative series. About a mystery. About a chair. Thought it was great. I thought it was so fucking funny. I was so caught off guard because obviously everybody loves Detroiters, and I've seen every episode of Detroiters. But this was, and I've seen all of I Think You Should Leave, but this was almost like it's almost like he wrote a skit for I Think You Should Leave that then ballooned into a multi-part series, if that makes sense. It's so ridiculous. Good morning, Grimble. It is so ridiculous. It's on my list, Mark. It's on my list. This Old House Tampa, and then some other bands and stuff I got to listen to. I will find it. I actually have it bookmarked up on my computer over here. The Tampa House, it's called. But it was so absurd, and some of the stuff was so funny. Without any spoilers, there is a wheelbarrow gag that runs through the episode that is the most Tim Robinson bit, and also the funniest fucking thing, and the payoff, I thought, at the end of the episode, the payoff, I thought, at the end of the episode of the wheelbarrow was very, very funny. Is that literally what he did? I really don't know, Nina. I hadn't heard of it until like a week ago. I saw TikTok saying it was coming out, and so I just went and watched it. It might be exactly that. Might be exactly what it is. It certainly feels that way. But I'm pretty ignorant as to, like I said, I hadn't even heard that it was a show until about a week ago. I saw TikTok. But man, very, very, very good. Very, 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 very funny. And I'm super excited to see where it goes. There's another scene where he's mad at his pillow when he's going to bed. He's like yelling at his pillow. Emily and I had to watch that like 3 times. We were laughing so hard. It's so fucking relatable. He does this great job of showing himself at his weakest moments that are so hilarious, but also you're like, yeah, I would do the same thing. I get it, you know? Did I also recently watch Adam Savage's tested video? No, I don't know what that is. I mean, I know what Adam Savage's tested is, but I don't know what video you're talking about. Was it about a chair? You want a cool rabbit hole to dig into? The Amico Navy chair. Hold on. Amico Navy chair. Okay, I'll look into it. Yeah, go ahead. I'm only gonna be playing, just to give you a heads up, I'm only gonna be playing for about another 20 minutes, 15 minutes. But the code is, well, I can't access it. It won't let me. But the code is in the audience. The game's acting weird on me. But the code, there you go, 0462322. This game is being very this game today. But I have to get up a ladder or something down here to get into those spots. Oh, no problem, Glock. Thank you for 13 years of support. I really appreciate that. Very kind of you. Ah! Well, now I've broken my legs. Been watching the regulation Twitch VODs as comfort lately. And after giving Pinball FX a download, I'm starting to enjoy pinball. Pinball's cool. Pinball is cool. I will forever be indebted to Gavin for getting me into it again. Or into it, really. I don't know that I was ever into it, but I really am enjoying and appreciating it. And I love that fucking pinball machine so much. You have no idea. Sometimes I go to work just for like, I'll just drive over, play like 4 rounds of pinball, and then just go home. Just because it's there and I can. Like, it's a reason to go to work, not to work for me, just to play pinball. Does it take a while for everybody to join? I honestly, it's probably fucked up right now if you're not able to get in, because I'm not able to like I'm not able to do some stuff in the game that I should be able to. And this game is kind of notoriously buggy in multiplayer. I apologize if you're not able to get in, but we'll be back. I'll be playing again tomorrow. I don't know that I'll play this tomorrow. We'll just see what we're feeling. Could be back to Roadcraft, but if I'm playing this tomorrow, I'll be sure to invite everybody in again. And hopefully, if you're not able to get in today, you'll be able to get in the future. I had 2 hamburgers yesterday. 2 cheeseburgers. I don't know that I've ever had a hamburger without cheese in my life. Surely I must have, but why? Can I not fit through there? No. Fine. This game is called Powerwash Simulator. And I believe the sequel comes out in a couple weeks. And this is what I'm playing. This is what I'm playing instead of Battlefield 6 for some reason. I don't know why. But even at night, like last night, instead of playing Battlefield, I played this. Oh, that reminds me. So many texts. Battlefield 6 is great, by the way. Yeah, it is great. I've played a little bit of it. I'm like a level 11, maybe. I'm definitely enjoying it. I just haven't. I don't know why. I was really excited to play it all weekend with Burn Dog and Antonio and the Truck Boys and maybe even Gavin and those dudes, but I just didn't end up even trying. Just had other stuff to do, I guess. Nice. So glad you're still in contact with Gav. Oh my God, man, we're in contact. We own a business together. I bet he better be in contact with me. We've got a company to run. Son of a bitch. I don't think we'll finish this today, but damn, close, huh? Really great work. You guys are the best. Nope. Bonk. Okay. Thank you for the heart. I like the swirly hose. I do too. I'm at work reviewing other people's reports. It's frustrating when the simplest instructions are ignored. Ain't that the truth? What's currently on your music rotation? I don't really know. I have just a playlist on Spotify called Now that I just throw whatever I'm listening to in, and I change it and update it pretty regularly. And I just listen to it on random. So if you want to see, you can look up Geoff L. Ramsey on Spotify. I think it's a public playlist. You can subscribe to it even if you want. But let's see. Let's see what the last thing I added to it was. Oh, boy. Oh. There's a new J Som album out that I added. And then I added a bunch of songs by Algae Bloom. And I added the first Sick of It All album. Somebody named Dan Sartain. The Wipers. Idols, I added a bunch after the concert. Bunch of old Motorhead. Soft Play. Avail. Bob Mould. Shannon the Clams. Mountain Goats. Black Sabbath. Bold, Minutemen, a lot of Minutemen. Sleep. Japanese Super Rats. Slow Pulp. Snapcase. Wire. Bunch of that stuff. Perfect weather day in Florida. Nice. What's it looking like today for you, Mark? It's gonna be hot as shit in Texas. It's gonna be in the 90s, I think. Like every day. Ah, got ya. It's at least feeling better in the evenings. Last night there was a slight crisp in the Texas area. Yeah, that's true, Nora. That is true. It's cool till about 10 a.m., and then it's good again at about 7 p.m., which is nice because usually it sucks from about 8 a.m. to midnight. So I guess we've got a couple hours on either end. It's 50s and rainy all day in Rhode Island. Whew. I haven't had rain in a long time. Austin feels gross today. Yeah. Is Michael aware of the existence of the rapper Mike Jones? What do you think? You think Michael hasn't heard that his entire adult life? Mike Jones isn't new. Michael's in his late 30s. I imagine that's probably something he is incredibly sick of hearing in his life. Do you know there's a rapper who's got the same name as you? Skyler Weather's peak right now. Mm-hmm. I wish I was in Chicago. Mark the Frog hates Mark Wahlberg. Just throwing that out there. Good to know. We are getting ready to make snow in West Virginia for ski season already. Jesus Christ. I ran into him in Vegas last week. Dude is hella short. Who, Mike Jones or Mike Jones? Oh, Wahlberg. Yeah, I think he wears lifts. I think a lot of celebrities do. Snow already, man. That'd be cool. It'd just be nice not to break 90. Like a nice 89 high would be... I would take that right now. I'm a little worn out by this year. Even though it didn't get super hot in Texas this year. Like, I can't complain. It's not like we had 72 days over 100 again or anything. It was never really that bad. It just hasn't cooled down. You know, it's still like permanently stuck in the 90s, and that gets a little old after a while for sure. It's like permanently stuck in the 90s, like half the people I went to high school with. You might have broken the step stool. Nobody calls you. Do people mistake you for Mark Wahlberg? Ever Mark the Frog? And you're like, no, I'm not Mark the Wahlberg. I'm Mark the Frog. Mark a Wahlberg. You ever see that Larry King interview with what's his face? Tom Segura, where Larry King says Mark Wahlberg funny. Mark a Wahlberg. Rest in peace, Larry King. $49 in Fargo. That's up there. Ah! Book Queen just scared the shit out of me. Just jumped into frame. That was very funny. Oh my god, I love that. What's going on up in here? Can I get in here and do anything? Is this good? Having trouble finding. Ah, there you are. There's some... That needs to be cleaned. That needs to be cleaned. For the top ropes. I am up by the east gate of Yellowstone. We didn't get snow, but some hunter friends got hit higher up, and of course Montana got more. Wow. America's so big. Such a big country. We take it for granted because we live in it. Those of us that are in America, at least, and have been our whole lives. But man, it's crazy to think that you are in North Dakota. Is Fargo North Dakota or South Dakota? Regardless, you're in Fargo. And then somebody was in Maine, and I'm in Texas, and we are thousands of miles apart, separated by multiple ecosystems, and we're all in the same place. Like, we all speak the same language. We have the same government. We have the same everything. It's crazy. North Dakota. Yeah, North Dakota. North Dakota and Austin are so far away. If this was Europe, we'd be 12 countries apart. I moved to Austin from Louisiana, and it's a centimeter away on the map, but my lips were chapped for a month when I got here. Because Austin's so dry compared to Louisiana, like from a humidity standpoint. Because I agree with you. But one of the big complaints about Austin from people when they move here is how humid it is. And it's like, man, if you ever lived on the Gulf Coast, you would not think Austin is humid. Go live in Alabama or Houston or Florida. That's what I've never been able to understand. Every once in a while, I'll go outside and I'll go like, ugh, humidity. But so fucking rarely. Headlights, got to do. I can't mark them. I can't do anything in the game. Nothing works. All right, so I don't know what the conning tower hinge is, but I do know what headlights are and robot arm mounts are. So the robot arm mounts are good. Woo! Boom. So it's just one of these headlights, I assume. Oh, it is that one. Gonna have to get it from above. I don't think I can get it from here. Motherfucker. Is there a... Yeah. Louisiana is... I lived in Mandeville and Covington in middle school. And Louisiana is a fucking humid place. All right, where's the tower hinge? What do we think the tower hinge is? Ah, there's the tower hatch. There's the tower hand wheel. Periscope. Tower. Porthole. Frame. Hinge. Hey, we did it. Thank you so much for your help, guys. What a fun little... Oh, my God. I've been so focused on summer, I haven't even looked at the area around us. It's gorgeous. Look at this little town we're in. Fuck. I tell you what. You guys follow me. Let's go find a coffee shop. I'll buy. It's the least I can do. Ah, invisible wall. There's a little lemonade stand or something, too. That'd have been perfect. Can't even get back to my car over there. Sons of bitches. It takes 2.5 hours to drive from Cheyenne to Casper, Wyoming. In Connecticut, I could drive 4 different states. Dude, it takes 7 hours to drive from Austin to Marfa, and then you're still 2 hours before you get out of the state. Yeah, Texas is ridiculous. That's one of the problems with Texas, and one of the things I'm looking to replace in Michigan someday is if you want to leave Austin and go anywhere in Texas or leave Texas in a car, you're like, all right, well, just point in any direction and drive 9 hours, and then I'll be in Oklahoma or Louisiana or wherever. Not literally 9 hours, 5, 6, 7, depending on where you're going. But thank you, Derunk. But even if you just want to, like, Houston and Dallas, you know. So unless you want to go, like, camping or to Marfa or San Antonio, there's really not a lot of places to, like, road trip in Texas. I miss that. That's one of the things I would like about Michigan. Be like, let's just go up to Traverse City for the day. Let's go to Mackinac. Let's check out the UP, you know, get a lot of better, I think a lot of better nature and a lot more variety of stuff to explore. Getting out of Texas is such a fucking thing. Oh, I'm glad you love it, Glock. Speaking of love, I love you all. Thank you so much for spending another morning with me. I will be back tomorrow morning for another round of this or Roadcraft or who knows. Who knows what we'll play tomorrow, whatever we're feeling like. But I'll see you bright and early at 8 a.m. Cannot thank you enough for spending 2 hours of your morning, actually 2 hours and 14 minutes of your morning hanging out with me. It means the world, and I love you. Thank you to everybody who donated or supported me in any way, and thank you for your eyeballs and your ears, and don't forget to listen to the Regulation Podcast tomorrow, and if you fuck it, listen to So All Right today if you want to. It's about a camera. Love you. Bye.